There are many streaming platforms out there, including Peacock, all of which you will find contain profanity and other things that require parental warning. Tom Brady will be the subject of an event that undoubtedly will include some salty language. He is both the executive producer and the first subject of what they are calling the greatest roasts of all time, or GROAT. Okay. Look, I don't. Maybe it'll be the funniest thing we've ever seen. You know, if you do a roast the right way, it is funny. I don't know who's going to be involved in the roast of Tom Brady. That's going to go a long way toward determining how funny it is or isn't, what kind of material they are fed, or what they come up with. That will go a long way toward determining what is or isn't funny. Please don't let Rob Gronkowski anywhere near the microphone. He did a roast of David Ortiz several years ago that they were going to put on NESN in the Boston area, and they couldn't use it because, in part, of the stuff he said. Cancelable stuff from Gronk 6 years ago, 5 years ago. So a part of me really wants Gronk involved, and part of me says, God, no, please don't give Gronk a microphone. But that's coming after the season. They're going to tape it after the season. There's going to be a roast of Tom Brady, and it's the first of, I don't know who they're going to move to next, but they're starting with Tom Brady, and he's an executive producer, which means anytime you see executive producer for something like that, that means
big
more
money.
That means more big money for Tom.
Yeah,
as he tries to build up enough to go buy a team.
They can be funny. Like, what are the old roasts like back in the day, right? Like in the 70s where they used to like roast people.
Dean Martin.
Yes.
Dean Martin.
Listen, when they're on, DirecTV, what is it, Channel 203 every now and then, they're trying to get you to buy the Time Life roast of Dean Martin's and all those. It is funny. It is. I still sit there and watch it. I love that Brady is like, kind of, out there a lot more than he used to be. There's no question. It is cool. I will say this, though. Let me just ask you this. Because I feel like we're going a little bit into a rare territory with one of the, four biggest stars in sports in the history of our country, right? I mean, I think it's official to put Brady in that category of Muhammad Ali, Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan as the top four in the sports as far as this country.
High praise from a guy who hates Tom Brady.
I know, right. Yes, I hate him. I know, I get it. But what I also would say is, I feel like this is the first time where one of these type of guys, maybe, all right, and we're not there yet, but I do feel like we're going there, and I've heard you make some comments a little bit here and there too, and I've heard a lot of other people, and that's why I'm saying it. Like, I would worry about oversaturation just a little bit. I really would. Because Michael Jordan was the man, and then we didn't really, when he got away, there was a Nike commercial he's on, or a Coke commercial, and that was it.
But everywhere you look, people are buying those Jordan shoes. That's something Brady's never going to have.
That's never going to get
He's never going to have an iconic brand attached to anything. He's trying. He got started way too late.
Yes.
He's trying with his clothing line, but it's too late. It's never going to be what the Jordan brand has become.
No.
But he's been
But like Jordan wasn't thrusting
kids?
himself in the public eye,
right.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, but he still shows up in commercials.
Yes.
You still see him.
But he's not doing his own
everywhere.
Netflix roasts, and he's not putting Instagram videos out all the time and doing things that are driven by him to put him out there. That's where I just find it different, and I'm not I know people are going to go, "Oh, he's being hey, Brady, sure, great." But now he's also, like we talked about last week, going to be on our TV 23 weeks a year too. And just, it'll be interesting to see where it goes, because there are people, I know a lot of people that are like, damn, I'm about at my lifetime limit of Tom Brady.
So you're talking to one of those people.
Well, so, I mean, there you go. I think there is people like that. Some people are like, oh, wow, this is awesome. I love it, and I love to see this side of it. But I know just as many people that are like, man, this is 21 years now, and he's being thrusted in our face even more now than ever. And that's where I just find it to be an interesting little experiment as we go here.
Fireworks, parades, and Tom Brady. 3 things I have reached my lifetime limit of. And also, like, he's got this movie with Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, Rita Moreno, Sally Field, where they play this group of aging fans that want to go see the Patriots in a Super Bowl, and I think he's the executive producer of that too.
Yeah,
he's going to be a star in that
that's
movie. So it's movie, it's TV, it's Fox, it's everywhere.
It's the
it does get to the point.
Under Armour in the arena. It's that's all I'm bringing up.
I still don't know anybody that watched that. I'm sorry, Tom. I don't know any. No, there was no. I know, and then this is and this is part of the noise that he blocks out. He's probably saying F you Peacock right now if he's even remotely aware of what we're discussing. But I think that he believed that the Man in the Arena would be another Last Dance. Well, you put it on ESPN, maybe. You put it on ESPN Plus, no. And I know ESPN, but the numbers are going up, and that's fine. But I don't know. There was no buzz. None. I monitor this stuff all the time. And if there had been buzz, I could have created content for PFT. We could have talked about it here. The Man in the Arena created zero buzz.
He's still in the arena. It's hard.
You're right. The only buzz it created was that apparently Shefty and Jeff Darlington got wind of his intended retirement because the final episode of The Man in the Arena included him saying, I'm done playing football, and that's where that all came from.
Gotcha.
So that's the only buzz that The Man in the Arena created. And hey, here's the reality. If you're going to be Tom Brady and you're going to be swinging the bat at all these different things, not all of them are going to be successful.
Sure.
Not all of them are going to be what you expected them to be. And we've just spent 20 minutes talking about the way Tom Brady is. What's going to happen is people saying, oh, that didn't work out very well. It's going to piss him off, and it's going to make him more determined for the next thing to be successful. And then he's going to run up and get in somebody's face at some awards show and yell at him like he yelled at Anthony Smith.
Well, just hopefully he doesn't.
Maybe not, but it would be great if he does.
I would. Hopefully he doesn't slap him like Will Smith.
That's true.
Because he's opened up a can of worms of just like it's an issue, and I knew it would.
Don't be like Will Smith in how you interact with the next Anthony Smith.
That's right. That's right. But it is different. Man in the Arena compared to The Last Dance. Well, yeah, there's a difference there. Even though we're putting them on the Mount Rushmore there, that was 25 years ago. We were thirsty for, the Jordan story, let alone, you weren't allowed into some of those stories at the time. And I just feel like with, now with the social media and everything, we know so many of the stories and everything.
Absolutely. Think about it. As it unfolded,
right,
we didn't know what was going on.
Exactly right.
The things in sports now play out in real time.
Right.
There's never going to be another documentary as compelling as The Last Dance, because for any of the dynasties or great careers that happen, we know, or at least have access to, everything we would want to know as it happens. Same thing with the series about the Lakers that HBO didn't call it Showtime because of Showtime, so they got to call it Winning Time, which I think is so stupid. They just should have called the damn thing Showtime.
It's a great show.
But in the 80s, there's no way to know what's going on.
Right.
You didn't know.
Right.
Now you know.
It's you're exactly right. You
know what? There's one more they could do.
What?
There's one more they could do.
What?
They could do one on the Cowboys of the 90s.
Oh, definitely.
They could do that.
Oh, definitely. There'd be. I mean, that'd be really interesting. That'd be right, because I've heard some stories about that team there. That would be really fun to watch. They'd have to put that on HBO for sure. That's for sure.
Hey, Jeff Pearlman's book Showtime was the basis for Winning Time,
right.
and he wrote Boys Will Be Boys back 2008, 2009 time frame. That if I'm Jeff Pearlman and I'm looking to ride the wave from Showtime / Winning Time, I'm talking to HBO or Showtime or Peacock or ESPN Plus or whoever about Boys Will Be Boys.
They really should get that going.
That would be.
Yes.
That would be maybe as compelling as the Lakers thing.
I think we're onto something there. I mean, because you're like, I'd love to see one of those with the 80s 49ers or even the bad boy Pistons at the end of the 80s and all of that.
How about the Bears from 84 to 88?
Sure, right. Yes. I think there's some wiggle room there to put that on where, yes, there's going to be a lot that we don't know really that went on, behind the scenes then.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.